Hello, everybody. Clearly, the Warriors reasoned if we always blow our 16-point leads, then maybe we should get behind by 16 points and then we'll come back and win. So that was good strategy. This play is 51, where Steph takes the stagger screen across the top, and then Klay will pop out for a catch and shoot three-pointer. Jrue Holiday is determined to blow up this play. He's going to ice this pick and roll. Ice defense means you force the ball away from the screen and into the waiting arms of your big defender. But Steph is determined to use the screen, and so he has this gorgeous pullback dribble behind the back. He gets Holiday flying the wrong way. Steph goes across the top. Derek White is going to have to switch. Trayce Jackson-Davis rolling hard to the basket, which brings Horford with him. In the meantime, White has still hedged hard on Steph. Jrue Holiday is following Steph because no one ever got fired for following Steph Curry. Klay Thompson has quietly wandered off to his favorite spot, and Steph runs one way and throws the splash pass to his splash brother the other way. And this is a super open three for Klay. Klay, thank goodness, has finally come online this season. Okay. Next play, similar formation, but the Warriors run it a little differently. We have Klay just off screen here, being guarded by Derek White. You remember last time, Trayce Jackson-Davis set the screen here, and Jrue Holiday iced the screen, completely overplaying the middle to force Steph down the sideline. So this time, Trayce sets the screen flat as a counter to Jrue Holiday's ice defense. Now Holiday is trailing Steph. Al Horford does a good job backpedaling for his life, staying with Steph most of the way to the basket. This is weird defense by Jaylen Brown. Orthodox NBA defense would have him rotating to stop Steph Curry's drive. Maybe you don't want to leave Chris Paul alone in the corner. But then as Steph Curry dribbles by, Jaylen Brown says, oh, you know what? I'm going to trap you after all. So now Steph has drawn two to the ball. Chris Paul is the lucky open man, and he drives into this enormous gap. Chris Paul has been so reluctant to shoot that I kind of get why the Celtics might leave him, but CP3 comes through with the layup. And now for something completely the same. Trayce coming over to set the screen. Jrue Holiday insta-icing this screen, so Trayce is going to set this flat screen. As Steph goes by, last time Jrue Holiday followed him behind the screen. This time, Jrue decides to try to meet Steph on the other side of the screen. Instead of being in Steph's underwear, he's now relatively far away. Horford is backpedaling for his life, so Steph just does a little step aside to this gap in the defense, and bam. The Warriors take a break from using that play and save it for a key moment in overtime. You can see Steve Kerr on the sideline, like a little lighthouse flashing a 5-1 with his hand, signaling the 51 play. I like how Trayce Jackson-Davis, the rookie who's barely played all year, is going to come up, and he does not seem convinced that Klay knows what the play is, so he's going to wave at Klay to make sure he knows to come up and set the second screen. But Derek White does not ice the screen, so this play goes completely as planned. Stagger screen across the top. Jaylen Brown switches at the end. Derek White follows Steph. Trayce rolls hard to the basket. Horford has to follow him. Klay pops out to his favorite spot. Steph with one of his scary hook passes. And this is looking like an open three for Klay, just like last time. But Derek White hustles his butt off to contest this. Klay sees it coming, so with a little bit of a pump fake, gets Derek White going a step too far in this closeout, and then Klay attacks. Trayce Jackson-Davis sitting in the dunker spot. Al Horford has to rotate to stop Klay's drive, which means Trayce will be open. Klay sees this the whole way, takes an extra dribble to make sure Horford goes to him, and then a little drop off, and Trayce finishes with authority. If you enjoyed this video, check out my bonus video where I look at Steph's amazing moonball game-sealing shot at the end of overtime and do some careful scientific celebration analysis.